Hello, this is Cody Montarbo, your skin and beauty expert, and today I'm doing a video on what to do after a chemical peel. This is an area that I do specialize in. It is what I have been doing in my office with clients for 8 years now. Time flies. But chemical peels, I believe, are really amazing, depending on the ones you get. But the reason I think they're just so fantastic is that they do many things all at once. You know, they help with breakouts and congestion and wrinkles and lifting of the skin and discoloration and kind of everything all in one. So you get like the most bang for your buck, so to speak. So I'm just going to go through a few things, and forgive me, a lot of this is off the top of my head, which I tell to my clients every single day, but I will leave a list of everything to do in order. So I may not say it perfectly in order here, but just bear with me, and at the below this video I'll have it all outlined for you on what you can do. So the first thing is that you need to follow the directions of your provider. So, you know, don't listen to me, listen to your provider. So call your provider if you if you have a lot of questions about certain things. You know, this is what I tell my clients, and this is what I do on my skin after a peel. So, but the best thing to do is to, you know, call your provider, whoever gave you a chemical peel, whether it's your doctor or an esthetician, and ask them, you know, what they would recommend, because I don't know what kind of peel they used on your skin. So this is a general rule of thumb that I tell my clients for all of the peels that I offer, which are about 12 different ones. So the first thing I always tell people is to wash their face with oil. And the reason is and there's lots of people that talk about keep it dry, keep it oily. I've been doing this for so many years. I've done thousands and thousands of peels. I believe the best thing to do is to keep the skin moist and to keep a barrier on top of the skin. And the reason is because the peel is like a controlled burn, and so you don't want the skin stretching or becoming too dry and cracking through smiling or lifting your eyebrows or anything during the healing process. And so a little bit of oil on the skin creates kind of a barrier of protection and just soothes the skin so that it can be flexible and move a little bit. So I always tell people to wash their face twice a day with either jojoba oil, coconut oil, and extra virgin olive oil. Either one of those will do. If you're on the oilier side, jojoba is best. But you know, you want to get in the habit of doing that twice a day, and you're just going to, you know, wash your face with oil. You're going to rinse it off with cool water, not hot water ever, and you're going to just dab the rest of the oil off of the skin. And you can always use more oil to give your skin some more kind of moisture, to soothe it just a little bit more. It's a great way to not waste other moisturizers during the healing process. I know it feels a little greasy, but the oil makes the peel quicker, it makes it peel more evenly, and it makes it so that the peel doesn't seem so horrific as it's actually peeling. So the next thing, obviously, is to not pick your face. It's hard, but the oil helps to soothe the skin and to actually get some of the skin off when you're peeling. And if you pick your skin, what happens is there's no barrier, and the tissue under there is so sensitive, just like with any burn. And if you pick it, you can actually scar. It'll rip too much of your skin off. It can scar, but also it can cause post-inflammation. So any type of aggressive rubbing or scrubbing or anything weird like that, you just don't want to do. It is your face we're talking about, so be really super gentle, okay? The next thing is, obviously, do not exfoliate. Whatever you do, do not scrub, do not use any product with retin-A, glycolic, or anything that's acidic base. You just want to be really gentle with your skin. Read the back of the bottles, make sure, you know, hey, this doesn't have any glycolic in there or anything that will aggravate or irritate the skin further. You just want the process to heal itself. And then I already said no hot water. You want to also just drink a lot of water. You know, it takes about 7 days to peel completely. You want to just be more mindful and drink lots more water so you're hydrating your skin and just kind of keeping it, you know, moist, so to speak. And then you can always use Aquaphor if you need. I don't use Aquaphor for maybe deeper peels. I tell people to, but you know, it's a little greasy for me. I know the oil's already greasy enough. So what I tell people to do is use Aveeno, and I'll leave the link to that here. It's just an Aveeno 24-hour moisturizer, and it has dimethicone in there. It helps with a little bit of itchiness in there, and it doesn't feel greasy or kind of gross. You definitely do not want to use any expensive cream that you have, because you'll just waste it, because the skin is already kind of dead on the top layer, and so you're just wasting an expensive cream. So just use something on the cheaper side, obviously not something that's, you know, like a body lotion, probably not, because you don't want to cause breakouts and stuff. So, and then obviously you want to wear massive amounts of sunscreen. Even if you go check your mail, you want to make sure you have sunscreen on. So if you need to put your sunscreen by the door, in front of the door, to remind yourself, I'm not allowed to leave the house until I have sunscreen on, you want to wear sunscreen religiously. Reapply. If you're hanging outside at Starbucks with your girlfriends, you need to reapply. You should not be in direct sunlight. You should have a hat on. You should have glasses on, and an umbrella if you need. I mean, you just do not want to take the chances of getting post-inflammation or burning your skin after a peel. You really want to be mindful, and it's easy to forget that you've had a peel because your skin starts to feel good, and you just kind of forget about it because you're not conscious. Oh, I just had a peel. So make sure you put sunscreen on your house no matter what before you leave the house. Do not rely on your makeup to provide you enough sunscreen. That is absolutely not appropriate. And you want to make sure that it's at least a 30, and you want to reapply. And you want to wear sunscreen for like 3 weeks to a month after your peel. You want to be obsessed with it because your skin barrier is still healing. It takes about a few weeks. And even then, you know, you don't want to ruin the results you just had with the peel by sunbathing, and definitely not going in a tanning bed. So just be really cautious. You're still getting sun. People think, oh, I have sunscreen on, I'm not getting sun. That's not true. You're still getting some of the rays. You're just blocking a percentage of them out. So, you know, just be very cautious and careful with not ruining your investment by neglecting yourself and then going hanging out at the beach after you got a peel 2 weeks before. So, and then the next thing is to not work out for 24 hours to 48 hours. And the reason more than anything is, one is bacteria, but also the water, the condensation from from your sweat will get under the skin and cause little bubbles. So it's kind of annoying and irritating. It also affects the peel quality. So just try not to work out for 24 hours to 48 hours if possible. And then anytime during the peel, if you feel itchy, you can use a 1% hydrocortisone. Any brand will do. It does have a tendency to burn a little bit when you put it on, and you always want to use it first. So clean your skin, then use hydrocortisone, let it soak in. If it burns too much, maybe you have a sensitivity to it, you need to not use it. Maybe use an Aveeno product that has like dimethicone and their anti-itch in there, which is a little bit more soothing because it has oatmeal. But usually you're fine, and you just put it on your skin. It'll burn, let it dry, and then moisturize with whatever you decide to moisturize with. So I hope this video helps you. I'll be leaving the outline of everything I just kind of mentioned, probably in better order, because this is just kind of off the top of my head. I do have a couple notes, but you know, just be really careful, really mindful with yourself that you've had a peel, and you just want to be really gentle. So you can always find me on my blog at codymontarbo.com, and I would love if you would sign up. I'm just going to leave a little link. It's a link where you can come follow me, and I will give you great secrets and beauty tips that I only tell to people who are on my VIP list, and I just communicate with them and keep up with them, so that would be great. And you can also find me on Facebook at Cody Montarbo 333, so it'd be great for you to come like my page and say hello. So again, thank you. Please post any comments, concerns, or questions below this video, and I will do my very best to return them as soon as possible. Once again, this is Cody Montarbo, and I will see you very soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.